Hey everybody, this is Joe with the first video on my new channel, JAC Baseball Collector. I decided I wanted to start a channel like so many of you other collectors out there just to kind of, chronicle my foray back into the hobby. I was an avid collector as a kid throughout the 90s, early 2000s, fell out of it, and then about 2 years ago, probably about around opening day in 2019, I got back into the hobby by basically buying Topps factory sets. I used to get a factory set every year for Christmas from my parents, and I always wanted to collect every single Topps factory set since the year I was born, so 1988 through the present. Obviously fell out of it, never did that, and decided to jump back in. Bought a few factory sets, collated them, put them in order, not numerically. Didn't leave them wrapped like many people do, sealed. And then one thing led to another. Started buying boxes, doing breaks, subscription boxes, spending too much time and money on eBay. And here we are. So, I think this could be a little bit of fun and, love this community, love the hobby. And I'm, really excited to getting to know some more people through this thing. So I figured for my first video, what I would do is I picked out 10 of the kind of coolest cards that I think are, in my opinion, at least in my collection, just to show all you guys. So first one I have here is the good old 2019 Vladimir Guerrero Jr. no number on back short print from Series 2. I pulled this, I believe, out of a blaster box sometime maybe early last year, late in 2019. This was the big chase at the time. It was before Tatis went crazy. I one-touched it right away because this was the big daddy out of that set at the time. And it was just a pretty cool pull, especially to get it out of retail. So I was pretty excited when I got that one. The next two, the Soto and the Cuna from 2018. So these are both from Update Series. They're rookie cards, not the Cuna short print. But still pretty cool pulls. I was in a Walmart probably mid to late 2019, and I found must have been 24 just fat packs on clearance. They were, I think, $3 a piece. I snatched them all up and, like a total degenerate, ripped them immediately as soon as I got home. If I had a little bit more foresight, which I don't know if anyone could have predicted it, I probably could have held on to those and, I'm not a flipper, so it wouldn't have been, trying to make a buck on them, but, could have held on to them long term for some value, but I was glad I was able to get the two big cards out of them. Next here we have the Fernando Tatis Jr. Topps Chrome rookie. I actually used to have a Fernando Tatis Chrome Prism refractor that I sold a ways back. I think it went for upwards of $250, $260, and that's before his cards even went really crazy in price. This was, probably in the summertime when he was really going off this season. I got that, I think, out of a Walgreens 3-pack hanger, which was pretty crazy. I happened to just randomly come across the last one when I was in there buying diapers or something for my son. So, but yeah, this is a pretty cool one that I have in my collection. The next has an interesting story. It's a little bit different. Earlier this year, I found a box of 2005 SB. It's SPX and SB Authentic on eBay that I decided to buy. It was both products in one hobby box. This was, I believe, an old Upper Deck product. Yep, that's right, an old Upper Deck product. And I pulled this Ryne Sandberg autograph numbered to 25. And, it's a cool card in itself. It's a numbered auto of a Hall of Famer, but, kind of some of the backstory on Rhino for me is when I first started playing baseball as a kid, my very first real baseball glove was the Ryne Sandberg edition from Rawlings. So I always had a little special place in my heart for Rhino because of that. So, this is one I want to hang on to, though. If there's any cool, any Cubs fans out there, I'm sure that would be a nice addition to their collection. The next is the Derek Jeter Topps rookie card. This was one I never had as a kid, and as a huge Yankees fan, it was one I was, always chasing after. I was only 5 when the 93 set came out, so I didn't really have too many of those cards, but it was one I always wanted. So I did end up picking this up. I didn't pull it out of a pack, but I picked it up, probably early last year. I think before he got inducted into the Hall, because I think everyone knew that was coming, and then his card prices were going to go a little bit bonkers. So picked this one up, a pretty fair price. I don't think it was too expensive. Not that this is a super high end card, but Jeter's one of my primary PC guys, so this was one I definitely had to add. The next is I believe this is a 1969. Yep, a 1969 Mickey Mantle, which you could tell here is in horrific shape. But it's another one that kind of, holds a little special place. It's the only Mickey Mantle I was able to find from my dad's old collection. Nothing. He basically has none of his baseball cards left. He and I talk about it all the time and joke about it, especially since I got back into the collecting hobby. How, he would have been a millionaire if not for his mom throwing his baseball cards out. I think that's a story as old as time, right? But there was this one box that they happened to find in their basement, years ago, and it was sitting in our basement, and I was scrounging through it, and I found some pretty cool vintage cards in there, including this one Mickey. And as a big Yankee fan, I just, had to snag it, throw it in a top loader, and, definitely never going to let this one go, even as bad of shape as it looks like it's in. I think looks like a big coffee stain across it. This one is an Anthony Siegler from 2019, Bowman Platinum 2019. Yep, that's right. Autograph. And this is the only one of one in my entire collection. I'm trying to zoom it in there for you guys. I don't know if I was able to get it to focus. But this is the only one of one I've ever pulled. I bought this, I got a box of Bowman Platinum from some retail, probably Walmart. I think that's where they sell them. And, I happened to pull this, and again, it was a Yankee, which is my team, and it's a 1-of-1. You can't let it go. So this is one that's definitely going to be sitting in my collection for quite a long time. Then the last two I've got here are two of the big daddies, definitely in my collection. This is an Aaron Judge rookie autograph, numbered to 50, out of High Tech, which I actually got from Coach from Village Breaks. So he's one of the guys that I started to get to know a little bit. When I first started to get back into the hobby, watching his videos, LSU Maniac, Triple B. There's a number of folks from the LSU Maniac Facebook group that I've become really friendly with. Absolutely awesome guys, and they're kind of what pushed me into deciding I wanted to make some videos and have a little bit of fun with it. So I did a deal with Coach. I sent him a package of a number of things. I sent him a Dansby Swanson Braves patch auto. I think I may have came out a little bit ahead here, so I definitely have been keeping my eye out for some stuff for his PC to send his way. But he's an absolutely great guy. I love Coach. So thank you so much, pal, for putting this one into my collection. It's definitely one I'm not going to be letting go of anytime soon. And then the last is my number one PC guy my whole life. I have hundreds of his cards sitting in a box, all top-loaded, some in better condition than others. A number of his rookies is the 1989 Upper Deck Ken Griffey Jr., a card I actually never owned as a kid. This was, the chase card for everyone of my generation, even as mass-produced as they were. I never got my hands on one. And I was in my LCS about probably sometime early 2020, and they had 3 packs of 1989 Upper Deck sitting in a box left at about $5 a pop. It was before prices went sky high this summer and just have stayed that way. And I said, give me all 3. In the very last pack, I pulled the Ken Griffey rookie card that I never had my entire life. My favorite player of all time. Went to his Hall of Fame induction in 2016. Absolutely awesome experience up in Cooperstown. So, this is one. It has a little blemish on it, but that doesn't matter. This is, it's not for grading. It's not for being the greatest condition of all time. This is just one I'm always going to hold on to, and, this is my son's inheritance. No, I'm kidding. But this, this is just one that was always really, really a big chase and is really special. It was really cool to be able to pull it out of a pack after getting back into the hobby after all this time, and, not just buying a single, which is, not as dramatic. So, that's all I've got for you guys today. I hope you liked the video. I know I rambled through a lot of stuff. Hopefully, if my channel is interesting to you, you'll subscribe, you give me a little thumbs up, and, I'll be back with more. I've got a boombox coming. I got some mail sitting here. I've got some Top Series 1 on the way once that drops, so, I'll be able to break some of that stuff on the channel. And, I'll keep trying to pump out some content and see if, see if you guys like what I have to offer. So really, really great, and I'll talk to you all soon. Take care.